on Star 98.3 and 97.7 The Bay.
Lord knows that would be enough, but wait, there's more.
Here's Johnny.
Hello, my friend.
I'm the Moore.
You're the
You
Moore.
are the Moore. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're part of this balanced breakfast.
Yes. Cold morning.
So, the Oscars are done.
Yeah,
that's
got
over.
that. I cannot get enough of these Instagram reels and the movie's so stupid that I cannot even remember its name. The one that won for Best Music, with Zoe Saldana.
Amelia
Perez. Yeah,
There you go.
And they've been doing these side by sides, and I cannot get enough of Wicked, which is like this sweeping, beautiful music. You have the witch flying, and it's just money falling from the airs, and how much production value and beauty it is. The voices are silky. The lyrics are perfect. And then it cuts to Amelia Perez, which is like literally I can't say all the lines, but one of the lines is like, "Are you here for a sex change surgery?"
It's true.
It's not even musical.
I'm not exaggerating. It seems
it's true.
It seems like a scene, like a joke scene of like Scrubs or something like that.
It has the same musical quality as like kids sitting in the backseat of a car making up a song,
right?
While you're going
we
somewhere.
go to McDonald's, and
that's
then we
right.
go to Toys R Us.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Right.
And so that if anybody had any shred left in them that the Oscars were a relevant thing, one of those clips will tell them that it's not.
and the best picture, which was Honora, which was we watched Honora. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie, but it was very
the middle of it. The middle of the movie was good.
We made the classic mistake of watching it with Heather's mom, and at one point she went, "This is just pornography."
I know.
Now let me ask: do you still get that feeling? Because I hadn't watched a. That feeling we all get when we're in our teen years, and you're watching your mom, and there's an adult scene in the movie. Do you still get that later on in life?
It never goes away.
Yeah,
never goes away.
I'm
It
still
never
awkward.
goes away.
So Nora must have been really fun for you then.
It was difficult.
It was difficult.
This is just pornography. It sure is, Mom.
But it's always been about what's different, what's political. And by political, I don't mean like our usual term of it. I mean in Hollywood, who's shaking the right hands, who's sending out the right thank you baskets.
Right.
It's always been about that. And I've just the show itself usually. I think Conan O'Brien did a great job.
He's fine.
He always does, and he made it bearable. But it's just not a fun event anymore. Even going back when I was younger, I preferred like the MTV Movie Awards to anything else.
Right.
Those were the movies that I liked. Like best fight scene. Okay, awesome, I'm in. But,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this week, Mickey 17. Yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this is Bong Joon-ho, who is the director of Parasite.
Right.
Which, if you remember a couple years ago, was a huge movie.
Yeah.
This is his next, and it stars Robert Pattinson, who is. It's still amazing to me that he was the kid from Twilight, because he's worked so hard to break that mold that he could have been stuck in. Like he could have very easily been cast as a YA type romance actor, and he did everything he could to get out of it, and deservedly so, because the kid is an amazing actor. And he's really good in this, and it's a good thing too, because if he hadn't been, this movie probably would have been somewhat unwatchable. But because he's in it, it's actually quite enjoyable. He plays Mickey 17, who's an expendable, and basically we're in a sci-fi dystopian future where people are cloned to do dangerous jobs, and then when they die, they just make another one and put it out there. So if we need to clean Chernobyl up, we'll just make 14 Ts and send them in one after another until it's done.
Okay.
And there's a lot of humor that only Robert Pattinson could do, and like it's a lot of dark, weird humor. Yeah. Now the biggest problem with the movie is it's slow. It's definitely slow, like in between acts 1 and 2. So you could start to lose interest at a number of points in the movie. But if you stick with it, it's you're watching cinema, as cliche as that sounds, and it's entertaining and it's funny and it's definitely something you'll remember watching.
Okay. All right. What else do we have coming out this week?
The other one is The Lost Lands, or In the Lost Lands.
Okay.
Which is it's almost like a genre of its own. Paul W.S. Anderson, who's a director, and his wife or ex-wife, I don't know if they're still married or not, Milla Jovovich.
Okay.
Yeah. They've worked together. Anytime you see her in a movie, literally in the last 20 years.
She's the one. What's
Multipass.
Yeah, Multipass.
Dallas Multipass.
But then she did the huge series.
The Resident Evil movies.
Resident Evil, right.
Yeah.
That's who she is.
And that's where they met. And then she's done movies like Monster Hunter. And everything she's done since, say, 2000 has been some variant on Resident Evil.
Here's
she's a female heroine, and it's mid-grade action. And that's exactly what this is.
Here's going to be the obscure pull of the day. Ready?
Yeah.
Remember her in Zoolander?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was great.
She was the assassin.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And she's honestly she's a great actress, and she's a great action actress too. And here's the thing about these movies is all this lead up. It sounds like I'm getting ready to crap all over it, but the truth is, I've always liked their movies. Like they're not great movies by any stretch, but they're fun, entertaining movies.
That's all a movie has to be.
So just bear that in mind, that you're not going in for something that's great cinema. This is just a fun popcorn movie,
right?
And I think you'll have a lot of fun.
And
with
what's it about?
It's about a queen who ventures into the lost lands, and Dave Bautista is there to help her through it, and she needs to regain her power.
Oh,
all this, so that kind of
fantasy stuff.
Yeah, fantasy setting to the story.
All right.
So that's your other big choice. There's also Into the Zoopocalypse, which is animated comedy horror that's
okay.
An animated comedy horror.
Yeah,
okay.
but for kids.
For kids, right? Sure.
Funny,
but like imagine a kid's haunted house.
Sure.
It's like an animated version. Of
that.
Gotcha.
That's playing very limited though, because it's a foreign film, and that's pretty much all you've got out in theaters. But then this week on streaming, you've got Daredevil Born Again.
Yes, I'm going to check that out this weekend. And
right.
I found a little gem. If you want to sit and just be entertained for a couple hours, written by Paul Reiser, starring Paul Reiser, and Neely.
Colm Neely.
Colm, yes.
Yeah.
Colm,
yeah.
Set in Ireland. Paul Reiser is, he lives in New York. And
he goes back for his family.
Finds a distant cousin in Ireland, and he travels to meet his Irish side of his family, and it's called The Problem with People. And it's fun.
And
it's
then,
a good
of course,
movie.
I've seen that trailer a while ago.
Well
It
written.
really funny.
And then Reacher is out. Reacher is out, and it's okay. The first season of Reacher was fabulous. This one is, the second one was all right, but that comes out, I think, every Friday. Is there a new episode? I think that's how it works.
Yeah, but Reacher is one of the. We talk about this a lot on here. Is the release schedules as entertaining as that sounds. Whether or not I don't think it's one way. I don't think it's either you release them all at one time or you release them weekly. I think you choose that based on the show, or even the storyline of that season. Because Reacher is the kind of thing that I think benefits from being released all at once. Or
you sit down and just watch it.
Where you put out, you do it as a 3-week event where you release 3 or 4 episodes a week until you're done. Because
I'll lose it. I'll get away from it. I will.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And you'll get into what you're talking about right now, which Reacher season 3 is based on one of the best books written about Reacher. And I've read, I think, 23 of them at this point.
Oh my gosh! Really, you're a Reacher lover?
Well, yeah. And let me not sound too smart. I don't read them. I listen to them in the car. So.
That's all right.
That counts.
Yes, it does. I do. I count it. But it's one of the best. But it does. There's build up to it, and there's. With these shows, a lot of the time, a 10-episode show, you'll need 3 to 4 episodes to really get into it.
Right.
And if the showrunners don't think of that ahead of time and add some things in to really pep it up, you end up with something that's like, I'm not feeling it. But then by the end of the season, everybody's like, I loved it.
Right.
And I think that's where we're going to be at with Reacher.
So if you're grabbing, going out this weekend, what are you going to see? What's your pick?
I'm seeing Mickey 17.
Mickey 17.
Mickey 17.
And In the Lost Lands is definitely a rental.
Okay.
Okay. Good to know. Thanks, John.
721. Check the weather.